Okay, let's dive into something a bit different today. XMRBazaar.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting setup.
It is. Imagine an online marketplace, but really stripped back. It's basically a directory, right? For connecting people who want to buy and sell using Monero.
Exactly. Focused on that privacy aspect with Monero. And the key thing is the platform itself, it doesn't hold your money. It's not a traditional middleman.
Right, not like an Amazon marketplace or eBay holding funds in escrow
Yeah.
automatically.
No, it's really just about helping people find each other. Think of it like a notice board.
Okay, so for this deep dive, we really want to get into the mechanics. How does the money actually move? How do payments work between buyers and sellers on a platform like this? What are the options?
Well, the main way, the standard way, is what they call direct payments.
Direct payments. Sounds straightforward.
It is. It's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. You, the buyer, you just send Monero directly from your own wallet.
Like my desktop wallet or whatever I use.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever Monero wallet you prefer, you send it straight to the seller's Monero wallet address.
So peer-to-peer, really directly, no platform involvement in the actual transfer.
None at all in that standard process. It's the default, the most common way things happen there.
Okay, so you find something you want, agree on the terms,
Yeah.
and then you're just sending the funds directly. That puts a lot of control, maybe responsibility too, on the user, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. You're bypassing the need to trust a central platform with your money. But, what if it's a bigger purchase or maybe someone you haven't dealt with before? You might want a bit more security.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what happens then?
This is where it gets really interesting. While direct payment is the norm, they do offer a secondary tool. It's optional, mind you, but it's a 2 of 3 multi-sig escrow feature.
Ah, okay, multisig escrow. Now that sounds more like what you might expect. But wait, you said the platform doesn't hold funds. How does that work?
Right, and this is the crucial part. This escrow tool, it's entirely client-side.
Client side, meaning
Yeah.
in my browser.
Exactly. It's generated using JavaScript right there in your browser when you set it up. The platform server isn't managing it. It's not holding any private keys. XMRBazaar itself is never, ever a party to that multi-sig address.
Okay, hold on. So the three parties in a 2 of 3 multisig, usually it's buyer, seller, and maybe the platform is escrow agent. But here it's not the platform.
Correct. It's the buyer, the seller, and a mediator. And you choose this mediator from a list of generally trusted community members. Importantly, these mediators don't work for XMRBazaar either. They're independent.
Wow. Okay. That's a fundamental difference. So the trust is shifted away from a single company.
And on to the cryptography and these chosen community members. Yeah.
But how does the platform even help set this up if it's not involved with the keys? How does the information get shared between buyer, seller, and mediator?
So the system helps generate the necessary setup data. You can think of them as like encrypted instructions for creating this shared multi-sig wallet.
Encrypted instruction.
Yeah, this data gets passed via the server, but it's encrypted in such a way that the server cannot read it. It's just relaying these locked messages, your actual private keys, the things you need to sign transactions. They never leave your local machine, your browser.
Got it. So the server is just a messenger for these encrypted setup details, but it can't access the funds or the keys.
Precisely. It really keeps the control with the users.
And that focus on user control and privacy seems to run through the whole platform, not just payments.
Well, absolutely. Signing up, for instance, just username and password, no KYC, no identity verification needed, so you can be anonymous if you wish. They also state they don't log IP addresses. And there's built-in PGP encrypted messaging for secure communication between users.
Privacy tools are integrated right in. Okay, we understand the how now. Mostly direct Monero payments with this optional user-controlled client-side escrow. What kind of things are people actually listing on there?
It's quite varied, actually. We saw things like a handmade Afghan beads necklace listed from Bangkok for like 0.01 XMR.
Wow, specific.
Yeah. Or services like an online marketing specialist, even physical goods like cigar samplers, jewelry. It covers digital and physical items, potentially shipping globally.
And is this a big community or still quite niche?
They mentioned having over 2,000 users signed up. The stated goal is really to foster a Monero circular economy, where Monero is earned and spent within the community. They also have things like user reviews to help build reputation and trust.
Right, which you'd need in an environment relying so much on direct interaction.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's quickly recap for everyone listening. XMRBazaar. It's a peer-to-peer directory, very privacy-focused, built around Monero. The main normal way to pay is simply direct Monero transfer, wallet to wallet. That's the default.
Yep, standard
But
procedure.
for extra security, there is an optional tool, a 2 of 3 multisig escrow. Crucially, though, this is generated and controlled client-side by you, the buyer, the seller, and a chosen mediator, not the platform itself.
That's the core of it. Decentralized, user-controlled commerce. It puts the power, but also the responsibility, firmly back with the individuals involved.
So thinking about that, what does this kind of model really mean? A marketplace where direct P2P is the norm and escrow is this optional, decentralized, user-managed thing. What could that imply for how online commerce evolves, especially around privacy? And maybe more importantly, what new skills or precautions do you, as a user, need to develop to navigate such a space safely? Something to think about.